right, for this series, we're gonna use the long band. Over time, if you wanna advance this, you could also use the mini band on your thighs, but today I'm just gonna take you through the variation with the long band. All right, first we're gonna loosen up that low back. So you're gonna lie down. As you lie back, tuck your shoulder blades underneath your body, and we're gonna start with some windshield wipers. Feet about hip width apart, and you're gonna gently take your knees side to side. Obviously, you would not have that mini band on yet for this portion, but as we get into the glute bridges, that could be an option. We're gonna be doing a double leg bridge on the first round, and then if you feel ready to try a single leg bridge, we're gonna progress into a single leg bridge. After you've got about 5 or so windshield wipers on each side, if you feel okay to go a little bit deeper into that twist, we're gonna lift the feet off the ground, two knee twist next. Squeeze your knees together, bring your arms out to the side at 90 degrees like you're a scarecrow on the ground. And now we're gonna bring both knees to one side, nice and controlled. You might get a little release into your low back. Turn your head, looking over the opposite shoulder, and then sweep your legs across. Let the knees gently drop to the opposite side as you rotate the head, look the other way. Breathing in as you lift the legs, and exhale as you lower the legs. Take it through one more each side. Awesome, final time. Knees go one way, head goes the other. All right, now we're gonna place the feet on the ground with the knees bent, bringing the hands down to the sides, and I'm just gonna go just 5 bridges here. This is kind of our warm-up round. So we're gonna draw the abdomen in, peel your tailbone off the ground, and then try to move one segment at a time, coming up nice and controlled. Draw the chin to your chest to lengthen the back of the neck, and then a little pause at the top where you really focus to wake up the back of the body. On the way down, draw your upper abdomen in. See if you can put your mid back down first, and then the low back, and then finally your tailbone. All right, and then we'll go a little bit faster as we move through. Nothing spastic, just moving with control. As always, we want to avoid any kind of pinching sensation in the low back. Check to see if you're not arched, so belly button pulled in. And then sometimes at the top, people might feel a pinch in the front of the hips if you're having a little bit of impingement. So just lower the hips down a little bit more to avoid that. Okay, I'm gonna go 2 more. Exhale as you raise your hips up, chin down, lengthen the back of the neck. Inhale as you lower. We're moving nice and slow, so you might have more than 1 breath per round. The key is just not to hold your breath. Squeeze and breathe at the top, and then slow to lower. Excellent. Okay, next we're gonna get the deep core turned on. I call them our Pilates pulses. So we're gonna squeeze your knees together with the feet off the ground. If you have a sensitive neck, you could bring one hand behind the head like so, and then we're gonna pulse the arms at your side. So if one hand's beside, and then we'll have a straight arm pulse, and you can kind of alternate. Anywhere between 30 to 50. So you wanna feel like your low back's pushing into the floor, and you wanna feel your abdomen pushing out. This gets your deep core to turn on. I'm horrible at counting as we work here, so you can count out your reps if you'd like. Otherwise, just get a good, strong effort in. I really feel that core flexing. And then we're gonna relax. Awesome. All right, next we're gonna go back to the bridges, but if you feel ready to progress it, we're gonna go a single leg bridge. So we're gonna bring the one leg up in the air, opposite foot down on the ground, and we're gonna push through the heel of the downside foot and try to lift your hips off the mat. Down and rest, lift and squeeze. Breathe in as you lower, breathe out as you raise up. This will be a little bit more challenging for people. I'm taking you through 10 of these. If you have a hamstring cramp, go back to the double leg. If you have any pain through the hips, and you want to try to keep the hips as level as you can. Here comes my 10th rep. And relax. Take your time, go ahead and finish up your reps. If you need a little break in between sides, you can hug the legs in, rock your body side to side for that double knee to chest. And then when you're ready, we'll go to the opposite leg. One leg down, one leg up.
arms at the side, you can give a little bit of assist for the upper body. It's not necessarily cheating because you're just using the muscles of the back as you push down into the floor with your arms and drive through your foot. So it's really working a lot of the muscles in the back of the body, which is fantastic for our posture and just overall strength. Some of the biggest muscles in our body are in the back. Our glutes, our lats, our hamstrings. Exhale up, inhale down. Here's my 10th. Exhale up, inhale down. Great job. Take your time, finish those out, and then coming over to a seated position. If you tend to get a little lightheaded, just go nice and slow here. And now we're going to use that long band and work your upper back. All right, so just going to put the band over one foot, grabbing both sides. And I like to kind of wrap it around my hands a little bit. The shorter it is, the harder it's going to be. Shoulders back and down. You're going to go palms down with the arms extended. And then as you pull your elbows back, you're going to rotate your palms up towards the sky. Breathe in, palms down. Exhale, palms up. Just find something straight ahead to focus on. Anywhere between 10 to 20 reps. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You can add a little engagement or a pause in that back position. Really strengthen right between the shoulder blades. And I'm making sure to sit up right on my sit bones. It's about 10. Sometimes people will push the head forward as they pull the arms back. So take note that you're keeping your head and neck neutral, just looking straight ahead and not having any motion happening through the head and neck. Awesome. Go about 3 more. Squeeze, release, retract, release, retract, release. This last rep, we're going to hold a little bit longer. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Excellent. All right, I'm going to take you through one more round of the single leg bridge, those Pilates pulses, and the seated row. So we're going to make our way to the back one more time. Set the shoulder blades back and down. One leg down, one leg up, arms to the side, lift and pause, down and rest. Exhale and inhale. Try to keep your full foot in contact with the ground. So heels pushing down, big toe, and all the other little toes. One more is 10 for me. Pause. Rest as needed, and then when you're ready, coming to that opposite side. Drive into the floor, upper body and lower body. Lift through the hips. Focus to stay as balanced as you can. Sometimes one side of the hips will drop down, so you want to keep those hips nice and level. We've got 5 more. And I like to close my eyes on this exercise and just feel into my body. Give those eyes a break, especially if you do a lot of work at the computer or you've been on the phone. Awesome. All right, I'm going to repeat those windshield wipers to loosen up the back after that last set of bridges, and then we'll finish on our backs with those Pilates pulses. All right, I'm going to show it with one hand behind the head. I'm going to go about 25 pulses on each arm. If your neck is strong, you don't feel like you need any assist behind the head, then you can pulse with both arms. Feet off the ground, knees squeezed together. I'm going to start with my left hand behind my head, curling up. I'm not flexing my neck down, but I'm keeping my neck long, looking up towards the sky. And once again, I have that counting challenge. Let's go about 10 more. Feel the abdomen pushing out. And then we're going to switch sides. Again, you might have both arms together. I forgot to squeeze my knees together. Breathe while you pulse.
Excellent. When you're ready, go ahead and relax out of that. I'm going to add in one more movement while we're on our backs, then we'll finish with that seated row. And that's going to be our behind the back stretch. This is going to be great after those pulses to open up the front of the hips. So it's a double leg bridge, and then interlace your hands underneath your body and really work to pull your shoulder blades back and down. Draw your chin to the chest and breathe. Same points of performance that we talked about on the double leg bridge. So if you're having a pinch in the back, lower it down, squeeze the glutes. But I love this stretch because it really opens up the chest and it opens up those front of the hips, those hip flexors. So if you're tight from sitting, from traveling, or just life. One more breath and then slowly release. Awesome. All right. I'm going to take you through one more set of that seated row. And then we're gonna cool down the upper body with a cat-cow and some thread the needle. So to even things out, I'm gonna go around my opposite foot, shoulders back and down. The longer this band is, the easier it's gonna be. The shorter it is, the harder it's gonna be. Sit up right on those sit bones. I can have both legs straight or one leg in, and then I'm rowing. Head looking forward, neck neutral. Isometric hold in the back, that little pause. Good job. It's all about intention. So you want to intend to use the muscles properly. Maybe a little smile throughout. Encouraging yourself, reinforcing that positive reinforcement with the exercise and the mind. It's about 10. I'm gonna have a 10-second isometric hold on the last rep. Depending on your frame of mind, it might drive you a little bonkers if I'm not super exact on my reps, but I just like to say, there's no world records at stake here. Just getting in some movement, engaging those muscles, and strengthening the body. Okay, I definitely lost track. So last one here, and we're gonna squeeze back in for 10, 9, 8, 7, keep lifting tall, 5, 4, 3, shoulders down, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. All right, and then as mentioned, if you've got enough cushion for your knees, we're gonna come to hands and knees for a little cat-cow. Place those hands just underneath the shoulders. Whenever you're supporting on your hands, spread those fingers wide. I heard one lady once say starfish hands, so I love that, starfish hands. And then kind of grip your finger pads down. You have arches in your hand, just like you do in your feet. You're gonna exhale as you come into that angry kitty cat back, chin to the chest, really lift between those shoulder blades. And then inhale as you gently lower the belly down, shoulders back and down, coming into the cow. Breathing out, lift. Breathing in, arch. Couple more. One more time. Awesome. My low back's a little bit stiff here, so I'm going to add one before the thread the needle. It's our quadruped hip rock. You're going to bring the knees in so that they're touching. On this one, I do not want you to arch the back, so pull the abdomen in so that the spine is neutral, and then you're going to gently take your hips towards one side. They do not go all the way to the ground. Maybe yours do. Mine do not. And then the other side. And you'll tend to feel this in the side of the low back, on the side that's dropping towards the floor. Couple more. Lovely. All right, and then I'm going to spread the knees out, support through the one hand, palm up, slide the hand under, gently lower your shoulder towards the floor. This is our thread the needle. And then we're going to lift up out of that and add a rotation where you're going to reach up towards the sky, look up, sink under, just 3 of these. Also known as like the reach and rotate. Trying to get some rotation into your mid-back. We often get very stiff in our rib cage. And then when the rib cage and your mid-back is tight, your neck and your low back have to do more work to compensate for that stiff mid-back. So the cat-cows and these rotations, spreading through wide through the hand, palm up, shoulder towards the floor, and then rotate out. Looking up towards the sky, try to follow your hand with your gaze.
Sinking down and rotate out. One more time, reach. Oh, feels so good. And rotate. Beautiful. All right, you can always add anything else, maybe a little child stretch with a side-to-side sway. Anything else your body is asking for. Otherwise, great job. We'll see you next time.